So, you all re-enter the room, and you see Ziadra looking... you can tell that she's still a little tired, but she looks 100 times better than she did before.
Hello.
Nefei walks up to her and gives her a smirk. A good night's sleep does wonders for the complexion, right, my fair-skinned friend?
Yeah, whatever. Anyways. So, were the accommodations to your liking?
They were, but there is a small thing that I wish to ask you about. Faye tosses the cloak on the table. That just showed up in our room last night, after we were asleep.
Ziadra picks it up. She just kind of looks it up and down and says, "Yeah, there are dozens of these in the castle."
No, you're not understanding. Jalarim and I were already asleep in that room, so where did it come from, and who does it belong to?
You sure it wasn't already there?
No, we're sure it wasn't there.
Are you sure? Because I'm pretty sure there are coat hangers in every single room.
Yes, if it is, then it was empty. But when we went to sleep, and then it was there when we woke up.
Ziadra shrugs. Well, I don't know whose cloak this is. You sure you're not being paranoid?
Well, that one always is, but in this case I must agree with him.
May I take a look at it?
If you think you can identify it, sure.
Ziadra throws it over. Knock yourself out.
What roll should I use to inspect it?
I gotta take an aside for a second to say that your rhyme voice is like a combination of Glazia and the fiery secretary, and it's really good.
Appraise.
Do I have that? Yes, I do.
Like, oh my god, I have this roll.
Whoops!
Okay. No. I forgot to change it.
I got a 19.
Yeah.
Well.
No modifier.
For all intents and purposes, it looks like a normal cloak. I'm pretty sure you've seen these in the extra gear section of the castle.
In the what?
Extra gear.
I need to get my hearing checked.
Who do they normally belong to?
Stop bloody calling me, you people.
Ziadra looks at that and says, I don't know, it's usually people wear those types of cloaks when they're going north in order to block the wind.
Who was most recently sent to the north?
No one.
Darkwood? Bloodstone? None of them?
No.
Well, then it's no one in Phoenix Ward, I'm afraid.
Oh, speaking of which.
If he does another pop in, I'm going to actually scream into this microphone.
Don't scream into the microphone.
Tell Josh not to make him pop up again.
No, Ziadra says, speaking of which.
Okay.
Agent Westcliff has not reported in for 5 days now. And your mission for today, Bowerstone, is to meet with him. He was stationed in Gatliss Town to perform reconnaissance and espionage. Do you think those are your orders? Do you accept?
Of course, although I'm a little surprised we haven't heard from Westcliff. Normally you can't get him to shut up.
That's part of what worries me. As usual, You may stop by the Directian shops and make sure your expenses do not exceed 250 gold pieces. I had a hard time justifying that little amulet you have.
But it's lots of fun. And it's very, very useful.
Mhm.
What amulet?
Oh, nothing important. Although, I can tell that you are rather relieved that at least you weren't doing anything intimate when you found the cloak.
What?
And the little one is very worried about the dragon, and perhaps regretting his word choices in regards to admonishing her. And the
Wait.
dwarf has very little...
You're talking to your cat.
Actually, no. Because my cat has never heard a thing come out of that dwarf's mouth. And yet I can tell he's very worried a certain other cat will pop up at any moment and throw a wrench into his current operations.
What in the...
Ziadril just sighs. She has an amulet to detect thoughts.
Fairthorn thinks something very specific. Hold on a second, I'll whisper it to you.
Ziadril, you ruin what little fun I have. Speaking of my cat, thank you for feeding her this morning.
Just because I'm a little loopy doesn't give you the excuse to be lazy.
No, I meant the party. Very lovely fish and ham that my cat has been snacking on.
Ziadril looks at the party. Are you giving him extra food?
No.
He just showed up. We didn't know he had already been fed.
She had.
She, pardon me.
And I'll have you know I am no harlot, miss. I take great pride in using my mind to kill, not my body.
Anyways, you better get started.
I'm going to be honest and say that I was completely brain absent whenever you said where we're going.
Gatliss.
Ah,
Gatliss.
okay.
We're going to Gatliss in order to look for my comrade.
No, I was mentally absent, out of character.
Ah,
Yeah.
got it.
Yeah.
Although
Feel free to stop by the shops on the way.
we get to go shopping. Woohoo.
Okay, whatever. That's too much.
Do you all need anything? Wait. Tantamile, where are you?
Well, I think she stayed with Amber last we saw her.
All right, you have a telepathic connection to Tantamile.
I'm asking her in character.
Alright. Tantamile's still with Amber.
I'm still with the dragon. She has nice food.
She's still... What?
She's still with the dragon. Where is the dragon, Tantamile?
We're back in her room.
Amber!
I hope she doesn't eat too much.
I'll go get her. I'll go get her and catch up with the rest of you. Lucid, stay with Jalarim so I can find you.
Okay.
Little gnome, would you like to accompany Miss Faithern?
Yeah. May I?
Oh boy.
I was out of character. I was trying to avoid that because I'm scared of hearing you two yell at each other more.
Well, even if he doesn't like, well, Ivan's kind of done yelling at this point.
Yeah.
And just-
Ivan is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ivan is.
He was thinking of maybe like following behind you and like scoping out the situation and seeing if it's okay to reveal himself.
Okay.
So, like, he
So,
might
in
stay
that
behind
case-
a wall or something.
Good. All right. In that case, so Rime, I am going to give you a little bit of information about the shops in the area.
Choppity chop chop.
Ba-boo. And then there's this one.
Excuse me.
Your excuse.
Oh, shoot. Hang on. There we go. Hit the wrong button. And boom.
Alrighty, we have our good blacksmith, the Stormforge. We have the magic shop, the Red Unicorn. Perhaps that might do well for Miss Fairthurn and Sir Father Lightbringer.
The red
And the
unicorn, Josh.
And the Apothecary.
I didn't realize that until you said it.
I don't even know what I don't know. And the Apothecary Smoke and Mirrors.
Okay. Give me 2 seconds. Jeez, I have to go all the way back to my documents for the something. Where is it?
Personally, I'd recommend the
Here?
magic shop. They supplied me with these wonderful slippers and my medallion.
Okay. I think. Okay. Remember it. Okay. Let's see. Well, let's see. Okay. I'll head to the. I guess I'll head to the magic shop.
Alright, you're gonna head to the magic shop. Great. A red tiled roof protects a timber 2-story building. You walk in and see pristine glass cases everywhere. Behind the desk is a dark-skinned human with a thin black beard.
How do you do?
He looks to you, and then he pulls out a wand, and a blue light appears at the end of it, and he appears to be writing letters.
Okay.
I do fine. Welcome to the Red Unicorn. Can I interest you in something today?
Mute. Yes. Now the magic shop is more like the jeweler, Josh.
Magic shop, jeweler, that sort of thing.
Okay. I'm looking for a circlet.
He tilts his head and writes, "What kind of circlets?"
One that would fit the head of a gray elf.
No, she is not one of the enemy, Cole. She is part of our party at the moment. You need not worry.
He shrugs. He shrugs and writes, "I'll see what I have."
Mm-hmm.
Where are they? All right. He brings out something.
Okay.
He puts it out, and it's got a and it's a circlet with a diamond in the center.
Oh. Ooh,
He
that's
writes and says, It will protect you from spells, but only once per day.
I see. How much?
He writes 425 gold pieces.
Remember what we got in Nessa.
Yeah, but you have the other half.
Do I?
Yeah, I thought we split it 300.
Faye doesn't care about money. She would have probably just handed it to you.
Oh, now you're telling me. Okay, so geez, so I was at crap. Now I got dang it. Now I gotta fix that. Okay, so let me. Oh, so I'll be at. Oh, never mind. I'll be at 597. I'll be at 597 anyway. Okay. I will take the diamond circlet.
All right. He hands out his hand. He puts forth his hand and as if he's requesting something.
All right, and I give him the 425. I just got to subtract that from my inventory.
I misheard that as 420, and my brain immediately went just plays.
425. So that'd be 1.
You can tell where my head is.
That's 172. Okay. Thank you very much. I'll make sure the right person gets this.
All right. You add circlet of counterspell to your inventory.
That's what it was. Okay. I'll put that with magic items. So, sir.
Yeah.
Cole, have you recently seen Westcliff?
I have no idea what he looks like. Oh, you're talking to the
Cole.
Yeah. That's the
Zhao King Cole.
Yeah. The human shakes his head.
Ah, well, it was worth a shot. Westcliff does like his little trinkets. Would you please tell him to report to Ziadro if you do happen to see him?
He gives a shrug and a small nod.
I appreciate it. Thank you. And this medallion you fashioned works wonderfully.
He gives a small salute of 2 fingers.
Victory!
He's a good fellow.
Peace.
Father Lightbringer, is there something you would like?
I think I'm good.
Rime raises an eyebrow. Are you sure? He makes some of the finest magical items that I've ever seen.
I can pass.
All right, if you say so. I shall not push further. The apothecary or the blacksmith?
I'm just looking at the list. What would work? And given I only have like 170 something left. Yeah,
I possess 250, so if you require something that might aid our mission, I can help a little.
Let's see. Maybe to improve armor. Either that or John looks down at his starburst necklace. Well, I might have enough left. I'll have enough left over, but not much. But I kind of want to maybe endure elements. Oh wait, that'd be because I don't know what we're doing.
Well, the most elements you'll need to endure in Gatliss would probably be a light drizzle. But if you are that concerned about getting your hair wet, sure, let's go for that.
I mean, I would be, but I have different circumstances.
I think I'll be all right for now.
All right. I would like to go to the apothecary.
The Apothecary.
All right. Off to the Apothecary. A small plywood cottage stands in the center of a cultivated garden surrounded by high walls. You see a sign out front saying, "Steal herbs at own risk." A sign on the door says, "As I get shorter, I grow larger. What am I?"
A waistline.
I was going to say a temper.
It was a joke.
The door opens.
No, I couldn't figure that one out, so yeah.
Huh.
You walk in and the interior is brightly lit and smells fantastic.
Huh.
A female human with black hair and green eyes sits behind the desk, and she's very carefully reading a book of some sort, and she's very, very wide-eyed.
Enjoying your new thriller, Amelia?
She quickly shuts the book. Yes, thriller. That's what I was reading. That's totally what I was reading.
DM, may I roll a spot check to see what she actually was reading?
Yes.
Okay, let's see how I do. 27.
Pretty decent.
You quickly snatch a glance at the spine of the book. You've seen that sort of book before, and upon a brief look at it, you recognize it as pure smut.
Yes, quite the thriller.
Don't ever tell Faye you know what that book title is. She won't appreciate that.
My lips are sealed.
Rime electing not to use her detect thoughts. She just raises an eyebrow because she's like, okay. Amelia, I was wondering if you had any fairly strong healing potions or some sedatives.
Yes, I have potions and sedatives. You know, sort of continuously trying to push the book away.
Phaethon and Ivan are like, can they walk into the shop at this point? Because they decided to leave Amber alone.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, that was fruitless.
And painful.
What are you looking for?
Answers.
I think she means from the shop, Ivan.
Oh. Oh my gosh.
I require some of my normal sedatives. Perhaps a vial or two of your more discreet brands.
Sedatives for what?
Oh, you know, the odd goblet here and there.
I'll remember to.
She hands over 50 gold. She hands over a small little tincture, like very, very small. It's filled with green, and it's got a cute little cartoon skull drawn on it.
Are we the baddies?
It's a 50 gold as usual.
Thank you, dear. She hands over the 50 gold and takes the sleeping tincture.
Why skulls?
So I can make sure I don't mix it up with anything else.
Okay.
Besides, if you use a larger dose, it will result in a skull.
I see. And no one got the reference I was making.
Afraid not. Some of us, I think it flew over heads. Anyway,
Little one, do you require something for your lady love? Perhaps we could give her a larger sedative so she can agree to come with us.
Ivan stands up from sitting on the ground and kind of like just waddles over to the counter. What do you have?
Do you have a cure for heartbreak?
Because I can really use that.
I was talking out of character because hearing you sad is heartbreaking.
So what do you have?
She blinks twice and says, I can direct you to the nearest tavern.
That's Amber's. That's Amber's cure.
So, I don't think a tavern will be necessary. We're not here to drink out our sorrows.
Yeah.
Well, I did just make this. She pulls out this bottle that contains like this black liquid.
What is it?
She uncorks it, and you see like all of this blue smoke like erupt from it.
Is there a knowledge I should roll for this nonsense?
No. She says, "This is pass without trace. Everyone takes one little sip of this, and you will be invisible to the naked eye. It passed without a trace."
Eyes go wide, and his mouth goes agape. That would be so useful.
Then get it, Amael.
How much is it?
50 gold.
Sold.
Do you want some? Do you want some of my street performer gold?
No, it's fine. It's fine, Ivan. I'm good.
Okay.
Okay. I'll add that to. Okay, so 1. Potion of pass without trace. There we go.
Little one. I believe if your dragon likes to speak to cats.
Yeah.
And apparently she is, if I remember correctly, she's balking at people judging her actions.
That's the gist.
You don't have a lover judging you for trying to do the right thing, if I remember correctly.
No.
Doesn't matter anymore.
No.
May I suggest, little one, that you allow her to stew a moment, but perhaps... Do you know what she values?
More than anything, she values her hoard.
Is it far away, or...
Or sometimes we travel far, but we're always close. And he puts a hand over his heart where it matters.
We're her horde, Rime. She looks at us as her horde.
Oh no.
And Ivan nods. Ivan nods.
So basically, we're dealing with a dragon who is losing her horde. Oh, goody.
Yes, that you see the problem.
Well, if I know dragons, and I may not, if she fears threat of losing her horde, she may come and try to rescue it.
What are you saying?
Either you as the horde need to come back to her, or you need to do something to put yourselves in danger. That way she will see that you need her. The horde needs its master.
Well, as cold as this will sound, we need to think about it later. We need to finish getting ready and then get to Gatliss Town.
Will she be joining us or no?
It seems unlikely right now.
I don't think she's going anywhere.
She doesn't speak Sylvan, does she?
I'm afraid not.
Pity.
Although in some cases that might be a blessing in disguise. And she glances at Lucid on her shoulder.
Yes, the bird.
At any rate.
Oh, Faye, forgot. I know you gave your circlet to Hana, so I went and bought you a new one.
You what?
Circlet of Counterspell.
Oh, no.
And I place it around her forehead.
Faye blushes brightly, but then she blinks and glances at Ivan.
Ivan looks at her with wide eyes.
She's hoping that seeing this isn't gonna upset him.
Oh.
No, he looks a little sad, but he does give a little smile.
I'm sorry.
Like he is happy for you.
Okay. Yeah. So Ellie, just add the thing to your.
Remind me what it is again.
Circle of Counterspell.
Y'all are gonna have to explain to me what Counterspell does. I don't know it off the top of my head.
Basically, counterspelling is if you know the spell that's currently being cast against you, you can expend one of your spell slots as a reaction in order to counter the spell instantly.
Okay.
And it does involve a caster level check, but with this circlet of counterspelling, you get a +10 to that check.
Well.
Awesome.
All right. So.
What I put in the thing, is that about accurate, Josh?
Let me see.
How about I write not compound words where I don't mean to? Freaking brain.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. So, is all your shopping done?
Yeah.
I guess so.
Mine is.
All right. In that case, I think we should move on.
Oh my gosh, we're going into a potentially dangerous situation without Amber. I feel very, very vulnerable.
Yeah, we kind of need the muscly dragon.
Well, hopefully we'll meet the. Wait, why are we already dead? Okay.
There.
Gotta take a side. We have to take a sidetrack.
We're just checking up on Hana. How you doing, honey?
All right, so Rime quickly orders a carriage, and you all head in.
I'm alright, I learned how to ride a horse.
So, you're on the carriage ride to Gatliss Town. What do you do?
Miss Bowerstone, I want to know a little bit more about you. Like, you said you were from that orphanage.
I am.
How long did you stay there before you were essentially enlisted?
I wasn't enlisted. I joined of my own free will.
At 13 years old?
Well, the war broke out whisperings of war started around 6 years ago. Since I discovered my abilities, I had the notion in my head that I would use it to end suffering. Or at least end the suffering of those who were inflicted harm upon. I wanted to be able to protect those who did not have abilities such as I. So the second that there were whispers of war, I went to join. I was there 6 years. I was 7 when I was sent there.
I'm sorry.
Whatever for.
That you had to be sent to the orphanage.
I know the stories. The heroes of Directing tried to save the people in the arena. You did your best.
Not exactly. I kind of killed over dead. But
So that part of the story was true.
I got better.
Amael, you have such a strange way of saying things that are complicated.
One wasn't very complicated. The warden knew power word kill. I also know that spell.
Faye's eyes widen. See. No, she puts her hand on top of Jalarim's and just kind of grips it.
I don't intend on using it on any of you.
I don't doubt that, but surely you understand there's some residual fear. I watched the man that I loved drop dead right in front of me, and I couldn't do anything about it.
I think I understand. Either way, you learn what you need to learn in order to excel at your trade.
Or in order to survive on your own, if need be. I do understand that.
Well,
my apologies for calling you a harlot. It was more or less a reaction. I don't enjoy having my mind read.
Well, I do dress and act how I do in order to lure them into a lure my marks into a vulnerable position. However, I am very, very staunchly against using illicit means in order to secure a kill.
It's so distasteful. Although it wasn't your garb that caused me to call you a harlot. I've never quite understood why humans look at certain garb in such a way. It's just clothes.
It's weird mentality that some people have.
I find that employing that societal snag works very well in my line of work. If you look pretty and go with the perceived notions of beauty and perhaps, if I may be so bold, sluttiness, people tend to underestimate you and thus allow themselves to be vulnerable around you.
Jal kind of stickers. A true femme fatale.
Wait a moment. The way you dress can make people think that you're a slut?
Yep. That was subtle.
Faye immediately just kind of... She grabs one end of Jalarim's cloak and just wraps it around herself. Is that why people have made assumptions about me in the past?
I wasn't... No, I don't know.
No, she's using the cloak kind of to cover herself.
Oh.
For an assassin, you're a terrible liar.
You can tell by the look on Faye's face that she is screaming internally.
Let us, Miss Faither, and you would be considered one of the highest paid harlots in Gatliss.
That brings the screams to external levels. And y'all know how high pitched I can shriek because I don't want to bust no one's eardrums. Imagine that. That's what she's doing.
Yep.
And
Faye, honey, we don't want to draw attention to ourselves.
The Faye cover.
You hear the driver say, I don't think that'll be a problem.
Mind your business, sir, or I will tell your wife what exactly you've been doing with your harlots.
Not that. Look.
Oh.
Ooh, Gatliss Town.
Oh.
It is not a sight you expected to see. The sky is scarred black from choking smoke. Glowing embers emanate from the freshly burned building. The once prosperous town of Gatliss now lay in smoldering ruin.
Stop the car!
How long has it been like this?
The driver says, this happened... I don't know.
Jalen.
Pause button. Josh, are you using the music I think you're using, you nerd?
Yes.
We watched the movie the other day.
Oh my goodness. Okay, carry on. Sorry.
I can't seem to hear music. Maybe I should refresh.
I mean, like, if there is music, it's really, really low that I can't hear, because throughout this entire game, I can't hear
You
it.
know the scene from Mulan where they come across the village?
Yeah.
Oh, that one. Okay.
Gatliss Town. Oh my god.
Yeah, I hear it now. Definitely.
Jalen just runs off to the foxhole. Where, Actually, no, he first was blacksmith.
Alright. You run over to the
What's
blacksmith.
up?
You don't hear any reply.
Dang it! Jalen runs over to the tavern and just bursts down the door. Murphy!
Nothing.
He runs over to the town store. Ben! Penny!
Oh my hell.
Joan, slow down!
Jalarum!
Calm down!
Jalarum! Jalarum!
He runs right to the foxhole. Whichever. I guess whichever way it is. Mom!
Jalarum.
As soon as you run over to that, you see someone exit. You see him push it. You see him pushing aside some lumber. He looks up. He looks at you, Jalarum, just out of shock. He's like, "Wait." He looks at all of you and just, "Oh my gosh!"
Valia?
What happened?
What are you doing here?
I could say the same for you. What are you doing here?
Jalen just runs up and grabs Valil by the collar. What happened?
Jalarum! Faye goes and grabs Jalarum's arms. Jalarum!
Hey, take it easy. Take it easy. Take it easy. Well,
Armael, he's not our enemy. You know that.
You need to calm down.
Let him go.
Jalen slowly lets go of Valil's collar.
okay. He kind of straightens out his suit and just. Oh, I don't know how to tell you this, but Gatliss Town just burned overnight.
The whole thing? How?
I wish I could tell you, but
Have you been able to find any survivors?
that's why I'm here. My luck has just been rotten, and do you mind if I tag along? Safety in numbers.
Yeah.
She looks at Jalarum.
Fine, but I'm not letting you out of my sight.
All right. It's
Jalarum, come on. We need to keep looking.
all right.
Gotta keep a clear head, buddy.
Faye keeps a grip on Jalarum's arm, just trying to keep him stable.
Like you can tell, like Jalum's a bit shaking, and he has and like he's gripping the hilt of Quick Strike aggressively.
Jalarum, we need to try to find Eleanor. Let go of Quick Strike, and can look for Eleanor.
Roll spot check.
Okay.
All of us?
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess I know where my attention is right now.
Hey, net 20.
As soon as Faye Thurid says the word Eleanor, Ivan, you see Valil visibly gulp.
Alil? Do you know something we don't?
You see him close his eyes, and you hear him just give a curse in Undercommon.
Valil?
There's Tanleo, there's something you need to see.
Jalum is silent and starts to turn pale. And he lets go of Quick Strike's hilt.
Follow me. Valil moves over to Ivan briefly and says, "You might want to get that loot ready."
Oh, okay. Ivan slowly takes it out.
Faye is staying glued to Jalarum's side.
Valil points over to a grave.
No. Jalum falls to his knees, basically limp.
Faye kneels down next to him and pulls him close. I'm so sorry.
I didn't have to happen like this.
I didn't say goodbye.
That was your mother?
Eleanor Gilran was my mother. Yeah.
You see Valil put his hand on Jalarum's shoulder. It seems very tentative, like he's very nervous.
How long?
How long what?
How long ago was she murdered?
He begins studying the grave. They see him beginning to do a few calculations in his head. I'd have to say about 5 years ago, 6 years ago.
That would be at the start of the war.
The daggers of light were one of the first collateral damage. They were
All-
taken out early.
All the daggers of light?
That I do not know. But they were seen as valuable. I do not know what side took them out. I was still in training at the time. All I know is that the spy network I work with, Phoenix Ward, heard what happened. I do not know if they were part of it.
Faye looks
They
at
knew of
Joan.
But they knew of the daggers of light. And seeing as they were valuable to both sides, one of the sides may have taken them out sooner than the other could.
Jalum is
Whether or not it was the result of them not
Clutching.
agreeing.
his
Oh my god.
Jalum is clutching his starburst necklace. I was too late. Why wasn't I taking
Valia-
it?
Valia kind of leans over to Ivan. I'm sorry, I don't know what to do here.
Ivan takes out his lute and slowly takes out the Song of the Sun sheet music. I don't know if this can soothe a wound this deep, but I can try.
My entire family is dead. Slain by pure evil. And I could do nothing.
Joan, you couldn't have known.
Jalum just starts sobbing and just hugs the grave of Eleanor.
The grave's up here, dude.
Thank you.
There you go.
You're muted, Ari.
Sorry. Rime places her mark on the grave.
What's that for?
In case any of the Phoenix Ward come across it, they'll know that her grave is not to be touched. Not for information, not for anything. She is to be honored. I did not realize that she was the mother of a hero of Directium. Otherwise, I would have done something sooner. But they know my mark. They know I don't give it freely.
Faye just gently hugs Jalarum from behind.
Now Ivan, while he's playing, he leans up against Jal. I know it hurts, but I hope this helps a little bit.
Jalum comes to. Then he takes off his pendant and places it on Eleanor's grave.
Jalarum, I'm so sorry. Faye is crying in both in sympathy and genuine sadness.
Same.
She will not have died in vain. I will make sure of that.
The song fizzles out, and Valil just kind of gives a small cough and says, we should probably keep moving. It's see if there are any other survivors.
Yes.
Uh,
Now, come on.
Okay.
I think there's something you all should know.
What?
The dragon is on her way.
Ember?
She can't see this.
Oh no 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 no
All
no.
right. So
If
we'll
she sees
all
this,
right.
she will panic.
Up.
All right, let's move.
We gotta go. We gotta go now. We have to go now.
Let's move.
Keep going south. Head to Mirrorport.
Hang on.
Wait. We can't.
All right.
Shouldn't we wait for her?
We need to wait for her. If we run away from her, she'll think we're abandoning her.
She only knows what's going on because Tantamile could see through what I see.